Hey, what's up guys, Khraze here, back again with a new important update from the Waking Titan ARG. It appears that a new command line was discovered on the main website and it works. Upon entering it, you're prompted with a link towards a new image which appears to be quite distorted, but from the looks of it, it shows what appears to be some kind of a new ship type or battle cruiser. The image itself is quite distorted and hard to make sense of, but luckily enough, some people on Reddit did an amazing job in fixing it a little bit, and by the looks of it, there's a strong indication towards either a new type of ship like a battle cruiser or corvette, or at the very least a new skin for the ships you already have. It's very hard to speculate at this point as what it exactly means, but from the looks of it, we might be getting a new means of transportation and fighting in next. It was also suggested that this could be a hybrid vehicle for both air travel and underwater travel. Honestly, I think that would be amazing. It could also be a vehicle designed for a party of players who could theoretically each control parts of it. Like one of the players could be piloting the battle cruiser, another one could be firing the guns to attack or defend, something similar to what you see in Star Wars. I know I personally love to have a battle cruiser and have a party of players controlling it in the battle. That would be like super awesome, and it goes hand in hand with the new multiplayer that comes in next. We don't really know much yet, but the speculation mode is full on. We had something similar happening before Atlas Rises was released, when a similar distorted image of the new exotic class ships was discovered in a similar way. Going into a deeper analysis, it seems that it's not just one new model, but rather many more, much like how ships and freighters from today have different classes, and within those classes they have slightly different aesthetics. It seems that whatever vehicles these are, they will also be in a class of their own with different parts and slightly altered aesthetics. This also begs the question, will there be customization? Even more so, will the entire ship and freighter system be updated in order to support customization to some extent? It was a pretty heavily requested feature that seemed to have gone under the radar, but since next is the biggest update yet, there's a possibility, no matter how small, that we could see some form of ship customization and or building. That would be amazing. I think that is something that I really want to see in a big update such as next. Now, going into a little bit more detail over here, because as I've said, some of the people of Reddit have fixed the distortion a little bit. You can see that all of these images are different. They all point towards different types of ships. At first I thought it was actually a new gun type, but upon a closer inspection you can definitely make out parts that belong to, well, something that could resemble a ship or a battle cruiser and whatnot. Like, it has wings, it has turrets on it, the front and the back seem slightly different. The one on the right over here, for example, has a couple of wings on the back, while the other one seems to have, I don't know, something that looks like huge jet engines. I'm not sure, even the jet engines from the back look different. Of course, both of them have what appears to be turrets on both the top and the bottom of it, which means, well, probably that whatever these things are, they will have a lot of firepower. And I'm not sure how much the difference will be there, but nonetheless, this is something really awesome. It could tie in with multiplayer so amazingly. Like, you could go in and battle with your party of friends, and you could, I don't know, maybe invade other planets, invade other civilizations, and it just depends how well the PvP is made. But this is something that was really needed in No Man's Sky right now, so all in all, it looks really freaking amazing. There's also some writing over here, but I cannot really make sense of it. It points towards different parts of it, so I assume that it all indicates that these are parts that could be different depending on the type of whatever this ship is. I'm gonna call it battle cruiser from now on for the sake of convenience. So it's really hard to grasp how big these things are. I'm not really sure compared to the player model. Are these huge? Do these battle cruisers, quote unquote, get as big as freighters, or are they bigger than ships? I think it would make sense for them to be somewhere in between a ship and a freighter, and that is quite a big difference. But we already have like two major classes of fighters. Like, we have the small ships, which are, you know, the exotic ones, the haulers, the fighter jets, and we have the huge freighters, but there's nothing in between like a battle cruiser. This makes sense. It would make sense in the universe of No Man's Sky to have another class, another big class, to have a trio of something, you know, small, medium, and huge. So this would tie in very well with the current system. We also don't seem to have a landing mechanism on these, so if you look down there you can see another turret, or at least that appears to be a turret, and nonetheless, whatever it is, it's definitely not landing gear. So this begs the question, will you be able to land or go on the planet with these things? That is something that I'm really curious right now. And if you do, will it levitate in air and just stay there and not actually have landing gear to land like you do with ships currently? Or is it just something strictly in space and you can't actually descend on the planet? Or maybe if we go back to the underwater theme, maybe you could use these to go by air and submerge into the water as well, since it doesn't have landing gear and doesn't seem, it kind of looks like something that could be adapted to anything, since it would probably be able to levitate. Now there are some rails over here on the bottom. I'm not really sure what those means, I'm not really sure what those do, but that definitely doesn't look like something you can land on. It looks like a mechanical part, doesn't really have to do anything. Now the front looks slightly different, actually looks significantly different from one to another. Maybe that's a way to enter with your current ships, maybe it just looks that cool, or maybe it's just a huge engine on the front. I have no idea, doesn't really say much, but I think it would be just something a little bit more simple than that. It's just probably going to be a new type of ship, a battle cruiser as I've said, and these are just slightly altered models, much like we have these days and much like we had since the very beginning. All in all, I am really excited to see what this thing is. I'm really curious to see what you guys think. What is even this? What does this hint towards? Is this really a new type of ship? Is this just a new model for freighters? My money goes towards a new type of battle cruiser, a new type of ship. So all in all, I'm really excited to see on which class this falls into. Of course, we also have one here on the bottom. This one seems to be the most different of them all, but still this one also has turrets on both top and the bottom of it, and it looks so much different than this. I think the fourth image over here is a top-down view of it, so I don't think it's a lateral view, or I don't think it's anything else but a top-down view. I really wish this wasn't distorted, and it honestly kind of irks me that I have to wait so much to have clarification on things, but nonetheless everything looks pretty freaking awesome so far. So if the new ships will be introduced in No Man's Sky, that is going to be amazing, and I really hope this ties in with the multiplayer, with the new co-op system. I hope that people will be able to all get together in the same ship or in the same battle cruiser and just man it up like a battleship. You know, you have one at the command center, you have another one controlling the turrets, you have another one controlling the radar or scouting out, and that would be awesome. This could also heavily imply towards a new type of dropship system, like for example these things could hold up smaller ships. Get your ships inside of one of these battle cruisers and either use the cruiser itself to lay waste upon your enemies, or if in case it doesn't work, just get into your ships and drop from the cruiser itself. That would be like super awesome. I'm not really sure how big these things will get, but nonetheless something tells me that we're gonna find out in the near future. I cannot wait for the next update, I cannot wait for more details on this. Tell me what your guys' opinion on this is, I'm really curious to find it out. Do you think this is a new type of ship? Do you think this is a new class type, or is it just a skin for the already existing ships that we have and or freighters? Nonetheless, I'm gonna read all the opinions, and again, thank you for watching. Don't forget to drop a like and subscribe if you found this video useful, and I will see you guys next time.